but you just start. And again, as I just said, I reached out to different founders all over Europe through LinkedIn. Do the same. If it's in Africa or if it's in the US or in Asia, whatever, it doesn't matter. I mean, I spoke to people in Australia about this.
In this episode, we sit down with David Knutsson, a pioneer in Sweden's circular economy, founder of Parently, advisor, speaker, and mentor. David has spent years helping entrepreneurs and companies rethink how we use and share resources.
All right, there we go.
So, welcome, David.
Thank you. I mean,
How are you?
I'm very well. I mean, what could you say? It's fantastic weather. I mean,
Yeah.
we don't really used to that in in Sweden in September. So yeah, very happy.
So I'm lucky.
Yeah, you are very lucky. Very, very lucky. It's fantastic. I'm good.
That's nice, David. So today we'll talk about circular economy. You are with us because you have a very, very long and important experience in circular economy.
I'm flattered.
So how did you start your interest in circular economy?
I mean, where did I start with the first circular economy has been since at least 10, 15 years of my life, a topic that's popped up. And I remember very clearly when I was working with a B2B office furniture manufacturer that we were talking about you develop office furniture. There was a huge factory and everything just came out. We pumped out thousands of stuff like tables, chairs, and what have you. But then my sustainability director at the time, they spoke about how things should be refurbished sometimes, but especially how you should be recycled and how things should be done in a normal, sustainable way. There was not much talk about circularity, but then the sustainability director had an idea about how could it be if all of this furniture that we do produce actually come back and we can start to do it again. And that was the first sort of the idea that came up around 2000 and I can't really remember the date, but earlier on about there's got to be another way. And then my start of interest in circular economy started when reading up on Ellen MacArthur and everything that is out there.
Yeah, that's interesting.
It's a super fascinating area. And then I obviously then started working with it myself a bit
Amazing.
later.
So how did you come up with the idea to build your company?
How to build Parently, as the company was is still called. It was an idea that came about when I was sitting and having a lovely chat, and I started to talking about sustainability and product as a service. And product as a service you can do in furniture, as I just talked about, and a company have done that. And I thought that maybe why can't that be done also within an area where there's so many physical products that you're going to need for a short period of time. And when is that? Well, when you have a baby, when you get a kid, when you get anything like that, especially as a first-time parent.
Yeah,
And my wife was pregnant at this time. So sitting and talking about product as a service concept.
so you start with yourself.
I started with myself. I quickly Googled it. Is this available?
Yeah,
No. It was within fashion a little bit with clothing, but nothing with physical stuff like a stroller, car seat, all of the bigger items that could cost €100 and more. There were nothing to be found. So, and I don't want to add to the consumption. I want my children to grow up in a society with less consumption, because we don't really need it. And as a parent, I didn't really know what you need. I'm going to need a stroller. What kind of stroller? For how long are you going to need it for? A bassinet, and then you're going to sit up after 6 months.
Yeah,
what are you going to do with the bassinet?
So here we are talking about consumption, and we are also talking about money.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's extremely expensive to be you know it as well. You're a family, you're a dad of two.
Yeah.
It is costing a fortune to have a child, right?
Yeah,
And then on average, a family here in Sweden spends about 4,000 euros on the physical items just the first 2 years. So of course that puts a huge pressure on people because it's also an appearance, right? You want to look good for other parents.
Yeah.
That's also a factor. You want to look good, but mainly you want to have the greatest thing for your child.
Yeah.
You want to have the most safest product. You want to have the best car seat. You want to have the best looking stroller and the baby carrier, for example. All of that needs to be safe. It needs to look good.
Yeah.
But you're also potentially going to sell them because the kid doesn't need to have them anymore.
Yes, exactly. And time is money.
So time is money, and the right product for the right time.
Yeah.
And children, they happen to grow.
Do you have any example of a product that you rented or you offered as a subscription?
As you said, children, they grow. That's the whole point of the whole. But take car seats.
Yeah.
And here in the Nordic, we are very, very keen on child safety in cars. We actually sit in I mean, we've had an argument about this as well. But I mean, for example, you sit reverse towards traffic.
Yeah, exactly.
For a long time. My kid today is 7. Sometimes I put him backwards still when we drive longer. That's another topic. But however, that means that we change car seats. You have the first baby carrier for maybe up to 1.5 years. Then you change it into the first one, and then you change it into the second one. And you know what happens? Well, my parents comes around and they need a temporary car seat. Oh wow, maybe there is a foldable car seat that my parents can have in their boot when we come and visit them.
Yeah.
So suddenly it's not just us, but then it's friends, it's family. We go traveling. Okay, we all know how to travel with kids. We all know how much it costs to rent a car seat when you rent a car. Why not just bring your own?
Yeah.
So that's a perfect example of a product that actually follows you and follows the age and the size of your kid.
Oh, nice. It is in insurance to the product.
Absolutely.
If I rent, for example, from you a stroller and it get like broken, I need to fix it because the wheel doesn't work anymore or something like that.
Absolutely. I mean, in
What should they do in that case?
I mean, insurance side of things was something like how do you do? Like, what do you need to do? That was a big sort of hurdle to get into because, like, who's trusting who?
Yeah.
For example, and a car seat is probably the ultimate example of who do I trust? If you use a car seat and I'm going to use it afterwards, how would I know that you haven't been in a crash with it, for example? And all of this stuff was something that we had to develop as part of establishing Parently by actually looking through the entire product, almost taking it apart, looking at the actual belt, looking at the structure of it, and then making sure that all of that was tip top without sending it out. Because also what happens in car seats, children puke. They do all of this nasty stuff.
Their job.
Exactly. So you have to clean it and maintain it.
Yeah.
And that was also a big thing that when it comes to circular economy and product as a service is refurbishment and keeping stuff safe, but also very clean. We introduced something called it's new to you.
Yeah.
So that means that it's potentially not new from the factory, but it's new to you. That means that your experience with an item that might be several years old still need to feel wow.
Yeah.
It's the smell, the sense that, I mean, a lot of people, if you go into a new car, you get that new car sense, right?
Yeah, exactly.
How can you take that experience and put that into, in this case, baby items? What can that be?
Yeah.
That was a lot of those stuff we tried to solve.
Yeah, so your users or clients, who are them? Because when you talk about this service, you're offering a service, so it's a business for who are using your business, your service.
I mean, overall, this is a mind shift, right? You have to go like, what kind of products do you normally rent? Well, you rent a car, right? You're so used to rent a car. You're not used to rent baby items. You're not used to books. You maybe bikes or whatever. This is a mind shift. that is about you get access to the products rather than owning them. And owning stuff sometimes is just a problem. It takes space. It costs a lot of money, as we talked about before.
Yeah.
So a lot of these people that we reached out to are parents that potentially didn't really know what they needed, but that was the whole selling point. If you don't know, I'll be telling you what you can expect, because it's
Yeah.
not about the physical product. Actually, it's about the experience and the value it gives you. So we
Yeah.
speak about the value. So when the customers, which is in this case first-time parents, they want to know what's a good product. So
Yeah.
that was the first-time parents, but also parents, and parents friendship
Okay.
around them. Those were
Nice.
the core clients, and in the start.
Nice. So you are in contact with your users. It's not like, okay, I buy you the stuff, now it's yours. But
Exactly.
if I understand you well, so
So offering a service. You have the possibility of actually getting to talk to you. It's like having a Spotify account or whatever. You get this constant potential of speaking to your user, not your consumer or customer, but your user on a monthly basis, which means that is an experience in itself, which is really good.
yeah. But I think it's tough to talk with a pregnant lady. So I won't be in your position because it's that difficult. Or it was also fun to talk with like pregnant or new mom.
Yeah.
I imagine David.
And again, like I was the founder of the company, and I'm a man, and I remember we had about roughly 80% female customer. So we always obviously tried to, we really wanted to get like men and fathers on board too. But yeah, it is very much emotional. Like it's an emotional journey to be pregnant, as we know.
Yeah,
And then also everything that you do in that time needs to fit to your lifestyle and the emotions that you have there and then.
yeah.
So yeah, it's absolutely a journey.
So don't call your mom. Call David.
Exactly,
So
exactly.
I understand. So it's nice. So tell me more about other project that you made in circular economy
I
or
mean,
you are in.
circular economy, in this case, what we're talking about is just one side of the circular economy, and which is product as a service, or you can also call it access economy.
Yeah,
And to support that, we quickly realized that, yeah, we have a product, but as I said before, we need to clean them, you need to refurbish them, maybe you need to change some parts. But who's going to do that?
yeah,
And then I had other friends who's also trying to do something similar, but in completely different business.
yeah,
And we decided, well, why don't we start a company that just tries to work with that, which is like warehousing and storage, maintenance, updating, cleaning, refurbishment, whatever.
yeah.
But let's do that because we couldn't find them either.
So we are talking about third part that
A third
can do.
part, exactly. Instead of just we do it ourselves for strollers and car seats, but if you suddenly you find someone who needs for bikes, for cars, for clothing, for heart starters, in this case that you have in shopping malls, you got a heart
Yeah.
starter like to if something happens to you, they need to be maintained.
Yeah,
So we started another company called Reconomy, and Reconomy was one of the examples as well that could be one of these infrastructure ecosystem partner to be able to make this a success. A success,
yeah,
because we quickly realized starting this, it's not a one company job. It's an ecosystem of companies and brands that need to be part of this.
yeah,
So we linked apparently with Reconomy, but we also linked it to producers because
yeah.
the producers of these items, I wanted to take them on board on the journey as well.
Ah,
So that was also a big ecosystem. And
but here we are talking about different stakeholders and different
yes,
partnership. How you can realize all that in one system?
yeah, I mean it's not an easy. It's not. It's just not as like press play and go, because you can't really tap into an existing system. If you want to sell something today,
Yeah,
and you can buy something and put it on the platform, you can do all that by say Shopify.
Yeah.
all done, all set up. We didn't have that. So you have even the insurance, you have the tech,
Wow.
you have financing, you have the partners, you have the customers. So this was jumping into a huge puddle of like and a blue ocean.
And for me as a customer or user, I need just to click and have my stuff. So
Yeah.
this is your process.
Exactly. So how do you make something easier? How do you make it from just buying an item and potentially selling it and to actually create the value? And that's why the experience from a customer was something that we really put a lot of emphasis to. And this is a few years ago. And now we're still there to try to push that. And I see a lot of companies, which I also now today coach in circularity, that they still work on.
Yeah.
Because we're still in a society where we almost premiere to buy, sell, or buy, throw away.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm sort of fundamentally want to change,
Yeah.
because that is not the way forward.
Maybe this is the time to ask you the question: how and why the circular economy is important in our life?
I mean, it is important for so many reasons, not just because it's like we need a healthier planet, because we can't buy stuff, we can't just create stuff, we can't just take stuff from wherever we take it as a raw material, produce it, and then throw it away. That is the entire. It's a chain that is just one way, right? That doesn't work. And we talked about this just before we sat down today about just using what do you call it? Recycling. That is not circularity. Recycling is just one side of things,
Yeah.
but you need to create a system that is a loop that is closed. And to be able to do that, you can also find better experiences. Like the customer experience in this wheel could be done in such a much better way than we
Yeah.
have today. So
Yeah.
that is the one thing. The planet needs it. The
Yeah.
experience can be better. And also because we're also moving, for example, we're moving to larger cities. It's
Yeah.
less physical space to store stuff. So why would you need to buy everything and throw it away or sell it?
Yeah.
Just put it into a service.
It came to my mind that so many houses keeping things like my first son's toy, my first son's bike, and maybe it become caustic.
It does. I have so many. When starting Parently, I got so many like pictures from friends where garages, attics, basements, and they're full of baby stuff. And they're like, we are maybe having another kid.
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay, that means you store it.
Yeah.
Or you will have another kid, so you store it. But then you outgrow the stuff, but you don't have time to sell it.
Yeah.
Or maybe you think that, oh, you know what, I think I'm worth more than that. Like this item is worth more, but no one wants to buy it for that price. Okay. And then suddenly you just stack stuff. I did the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and now today I'm more of like, I love this ability to have access to things
Yeah.
when I need them.
Yeah.
So for example, I do that with the car. I don't own a car because we live in Stockholm. You don't really need a car. You just rent a car when you need them,
Exactly.
right? And I don't go to a gas station and rent them. I use a service for that, which is
Yeah.
called Kinto, which is used by Toyota. It's Toyota owned.
Yeah.
So that's their version of having access economy. I mean, just these things, for example,
Yeah.
like I don't own these glasses. I don't own these glasses. I don't own my normal glasses. It's on a subscription.
Yeah.
Is that more expensive than buying them? Maybe. It's a little bit It's a little bit more expensive. However, I can go into the company that I rent them from, and say, and you know what? I want you to adjust them. I need to update them.
Yeah.
Can you check my eyesight? All of that is included, including any kind of insurance.
Yeah.
So I have a son, and I put my sunglasses on once, and I held him up, and we were going on a commuter boat, which you can do in Stockholm.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Daddy," and he just did this with them,
Oi.
and they went straight into the ocean. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I called him up, and say this happens, and like come in Monday, you get a new pair.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's worth something to me as a user.
amazing. So, but I see that the subscription and to be a user, it's become like famous here in
Yeah,
Sweden. So
it's getting there.
yeah, I know people that subscribe to have food,
Yes, absolutely,
to have breakfast, lunch. And
absolutely.
you do that,
We have tried a lot of like food boxes of different sorts. We have been on and off with it because it's again like it's a cost thing versus a convenience. But in my world, sort of convenience is valuable for me. So we do, yes, we have that today from one brand, but we also use a company that is actually offering products that has shorter lifetime that might actually be thrown away by the company. Or
Okay.
so it's short lifetime, but for me it's just putting in the freezer. You put it in the freezer and then you can cost less.
Yeah, I used to do that.
Yeah,
It's here. It's really popular to go to supermarkets and find like a box inside. So I
exactly.
used to have that. So it's life is expensive here in Sweden as
Absolutely is.
well as in other countries. So this solution can help even economically if we don't take it from the part of sustainability.
Yeah,
It's helping even economically. So
for sure. And I mean, there are so many companies there. I mean, we're talking about what I did, where both of them are startups. There are scale ups now, but of course, there is also the big companies that try to do like, where do we fit in? How can we support product as a service? How can we offer take back solutions? Like, if you own something, you buy it, but I guarantee you, I will buy it back when you're done with it. But that's just financial models.
yeah,
We need to make sure that products and components are used more and are designed better
yeah.
for the circularity. And that's something that I highly and a lot of times talk to people that produce physical items. It starts in the design phase. Not just in the physical items, but for example, like how do you put it together with screws? How do you adapt your customer journey? How do you design the journey to make it circular?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the key thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So there is so many versions of it, and we have a long way to go. Even we've come quite far here.
Yeah, it's you are building a culture,
Yeah,
and the question is, this culture it can be exported to another countries.
absolutely.
Did you try that, Dari?
We tried to do it. We did it. I mean, we're still very. I mean, a lot of people think that the Nordics are the same. The Nordic countries like Sweden, Denmark, Norway, Finland, Iceland, we are alike, but still different. So we tried to do this.
This is a Swedish answer. Like we are different.
We are different, but we're still very Nordic.
In Morocco, we say we are different.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we are different, but so we did it in Denmark. So we went to Denmark, and apparently it's still in Denmark. So there's two countries that we work on. But then you started to find through this fantastic tool called LinkedIn, you suddenly sort of realize and hear that there is similar businesses popping up elsewhere, mainly in Europe. And you start to reach out to these founders. And suddenly you start to sort of help each other to create a network of this. So, for example, contracts and other things that we did here was then established and put down to Germany, to Austria, to the UK, to France. And we're still in Europe, but this is what I really saw was a huge thing, was that you can try to implement the same, but not identically, because we have different laws here than in Denmark. You have different mentalities of purchasing process and different mentality of ownership.
Yeah, yeah.
But someone starts, you see that someone else follow, and then they just snowballing the effect starts.
The heart is the same.
Absolutely, it's definitely the same.
Maybe it's different ways, but the heart is the same. You get investors outside Sweden, in Sweden, if like someone wants to have an idea. So I have an idea in circular economy.
Yeah.
Can I have like an investor? It's easy.
I mean, today, if we would lift up the word of circularity to what's called impact. So, investors right now, both in Sweden and outside of Sweden, talk about impact investing, which means that you have a positive impact towards Agenda 2030 and the UN Sustainability Development Goals. Now, there's a lot of technical stuff here, but this is where you thrive for. So, as a company that wants money, you need to prove how you can make a positive impact. And what we did was to do that within a circular way, and creating an ecosystem involving so many stakeholders to try to shift the needle from consumerism to userism. And we had a hard time getting investors on board. We had a really hard time. I mean, personally, I went to see 200 investors trying to get them on board. And this was a couple of years ago, just during and straight after COVID. And that was a huge shift. Today, it would have been easier. We're in 2025 now. Jeez, 2025.
We're talking about years.
Yeah, exactly. Not centuries here. So there is a lot of stuff that has happened. But yes, the short answer is yes. There is certain investors and angels investors, family offices, and venture capitalists that invest in these business models.
Okay, that's nice. And maybe with the AI, it's coming.
Absolutely, it just makes it easier. We talked about Shopify is there, but there was nothing for products as a service. Tech. Now there are platforms that offers this, and with the help of AI, you can make it so much easier. You can scan physical items to see how they are. Is it something that need to be updated? And then, of course, also you have blockchain, which is another very, very important thing that will be rolled out, that you can actually be certain that the physical products that you produce is actually produced by someone that's good and with items that is good. So you create a blockchain, and that blockchain is something that will be implemented as well. And then, of course, you have what's called what's called digital product passport. And which means that you can have a passport to the item to make sure that blockchain works. All of this is new EU regulations that will come in place, and that will happen to any kind of product that will be sold, first of all, in the EU, but this will then spring all over the world.
That's mean if I have an idea, so with a low capital, can I start it easily?
Of course.
So
today you have the possibilities, because you can, and even like go online and say, hey, what products do I need to use? What tech do I need to have?
Exactly.
Okay, so you have you have more of an established ecosystem.
And the platform like the Shopify or other platforms like Airtable, Mirror. So they have free plan or they have like demos. So if like someone wants to just start a business, can start it with a very low capital. So.
I mean here right now you can just create. First of all, you don't really need a company to start. You try to see if there is a need for what you're trying to do, right? And you can do. I mean, Sweden is just such an amazing also big place, because you can take an absence from your job for roughly up to 6 months to try a new business idea. And if it doesn't work, you can go back. That is an amazing thing of pushing innovation, which I love that we have.
We all love that.
Yeah, but that's just
that's
amazing.
The reason we love Sweden.
Yeah, but that's one thing. You can study, you can do something else if you want to do that, but you can do that. You can start doing that, and when you see, okay, I need an actual real company, you call the bank and say, hey, I want to do this, and they say, okay, do that. It's 2,500 euros. That's it. Before, it was 10,000, then it was 5,000, and now it's 2,500 euros. So that means it's easier to start a company, any kind of company, and then you attach that to different accelerators and incubators that guides you and help you to coach you whatever you need to. And in Sweden and in the Nordics, we have really good incubators and accelerators.
But for those, because I know the reality in other countries, especially outside Europe. So
Yeah.
they don't have like this program, like if you know vast thing that they can coach you, help you, finance you. I mean, what suggestions they have to just go and take action?
Make it, first of all, make it small.
Yeah,
One, try it. Use your the friends around you, and especially you should listen mostly to the person that really thinks you're a complete crazy man. It's like with your idea, it will never fly. Listen to that person the most.
yeah, out of the box.
Out of the box. I mean, listen to that person that thinks your idea is completely bonkers, like completely wrong, and even
Yeah.
criticize you. That person, listen to that person the most. Take that with you.
You point me, David.
I'm not pointing. I'm sorry, but if you're the
I'm
one,
crazy.
I know you're crazy. But if you meet people around you
Yeah.
that thinks your idea is completely nuts, then you know you're onto something.
Yes, exactly.
And then you should just say, okay, try slowly, try easy, and do not go into do not go to venture capital is the first thing you do. If you try to not get funding,
Yeah.
great, because the best company to start off with is the one that gets customers that pays.
Yeah.
So getting was one of the learnings that I learned from my journey is to really to find these customers that want to pay you for your service
Yeah.
first, rather than trying to find external company to grow.
Yeah. It's like a point to start from.
Yeah,
It's build what you can build.
exactly.
You do your mistakes.
Try and fail fast.
Yeah.
And that's like you need to fail fast and do not put any pride on it. It's okay to fail.
Yeah, because I have some friends and family members that they want to start when they have the perfect or genial idea. So
Yeah, there isn't anything like that, or like perfect timing in
Perfect
life.
timing,
I got the money, everything is sorted. I have all my friends. I know where my house lives in. I have the right education. It's like, no, it will never be a perfect time.
yeah,
You just need to try and not be afraid. And of course, doing that here, you have sort of a safety net to fall back on if it doesn't work. But just try
try.
and dare to ask people around you, because I'm sure that there are people that want to join you on your path to identify if there is a need.
Yeah, exactly. Especially we are talking about the world that become like a small village. So you don't need even to talk only with those friends. And,
No.
you can reach out like investors in the worldwide. So,
Oh yeah. I mean, it's good to think very small. Like exactly as you say, you start with your local community to get whatever inspiration or support. However, if you go to and find capital and you want to find that capital, you don't need to do that locally. You go globally,
yeah,
because now today investors all over the world are interested in your idea.
not the language, not the.
No,
I have a mass. It doesn't exist now. So
no. I mean, and if that's a problem, it's the wrong investor.
yeah,
So it's,
yeah,
it's as simple as that.
exactly. So
Yeah.
the idea, the creativity, it's important than
Absolutely, absolutely.
anything else.
So, and that goes for no matter what kind of business you're doing. But I mean, today I coach a lot of companies, and one of the first questions is about the sustainability development goals, the Agenda 2030, and that means, are you onto something? Are you having a circular plan? It's not just an add-on; it's just a must in the foundation of your company.
Yeah,
So you need to think from a sustainable point of view. It's not an if; it's just you have to.
you have to.
It's a must,
Yeah,
and this will spark. Like this will be everywhere, all over the world.
yeah,
It's just a way that we have to move forward.
yeah, exactly. So now I have a question for you, David. Would you like to work outside Europe, in Arab countries or Asia or Africa, or you'd like to say anything to them?
I
If
mean,
I want to export like your experience.
First of all, I'm happy to go anywhere and talk about this subject, like I do in both in the Nordic and in outside of the Nordics, because it's something that I'm really passionate about. And one, yes, it can be done everywhere, but you just have to obviously adapt to the local constraints that might be and see the possibilities. I'm sort of, my wife thinks he sometimes call me crazy because I see possibilities in every problem rather than the opposite.
Yeah.
So I see the possibility, but I think that just to try out something, and if you have no idea what we talk about right now,
Yeah.
Google it or use a ChatGPT to find out a little bit more of what we're talking about.
Yeah. Exactly.
And because it's a learning curve to get into where I've been for the last 10, 15 years, but you just start. And again, as I just said, I reached out to different founders all over Europe through LinkedIn. Do the same.
Yeah.
If it's in Africa or if it's in the US or in Asia, whatever, it doesn't matter. I mean, I spoke to people in Australia about this, and they're like, oh, I had even conversations with them.
Yeah.
Because what I find really, really important is that I'm happy to share
Yeah.
because I know that someone else will share something with me.
Yeah, exactly. So sharing is good because some people I know personally they thinking I shouldn't share my ideas with others. So
Someone can steal it.
yeah, we're still talking about someone think and they have these ideas for many years and
Yeah.
never
It's like you
realize
never
them.
start it,
You
right?
never
You just
start.
because I can't speak about it. It's just pure BS. You just the more you talk about it, the better, the faster it will get. And if someone steals it,
It's okay.
it is okay because then you haven't been fast enough, or you just jump onto the next idea. It's just
Someone can show you that you can have success.
absolutely because honestly, ideas are worthless. Ideas are worthless if you don't do anything with your idea.
Yeah, exactly.
We're a few billion people on this planet, and we have several ideas every day.
Yeah, exactly.
But just you need to act on the idea and fail fast.
Yeah, I was sitting in a Sting program when I heard Per, the founder of Sting, talking about how a big company was born. He said they were a man and a woman who met through a mingle. They didn't know each other before. The man was talking about his business idea, and by coincidence, the woman happened to be an investor. She liked his idea, and from that moment, they started something together that became a really successful
Exactly.
company.
So exactly, that's a good point of mingling, like going to events that you could maybe you have to go outside your comfort zone to find, but dare to speak and dare to ask for help.
Yeah,
That's a big thing. Like dare to ask for help. And I know this in our culture sometimes is not that easy, but if you do, I mean, you never know what happens.
Yeah,
So the question isn't like why should I, or why shouldn't you?
yeah, exactly.
And that's don't put your limitation to yourself.
Yeah, just go ahead.
Just go. Just
Yes.
go.
Thank you, David, for this small talk.
I'm happy to.
Yeah,
No worries. Thank
we
you.
are
Appreciate
happy. We
it.
are happy.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, thank you. So last word, if you want to say to my friends and
I mean, all of them in friends. Listen to what this guy is showing, and don't listen to me. Finally, you can get inspiration from me. However, go out there and find your own path, but do it with a foundation that is sustainable.
thank you, David.
Thank you. I mean,
Wish you all good. Okay, let's do it in African American.
there we go.